Today begins the season of Thy Kingdom Come. 10 days set aside to concentrate on prayer from Ascension Day until Pentecost. And during this time, we will be sharing a video every day. They're personal stories about what prayer means to each person. And as you will see, there are many different ways of praying and many ways of talking with God. And if you're not sure where to start, this might give you a few ideas. So, what does prayer mean to me? When I was younger, I thought that prayer involved a lot of talking to God, a big, long list of all the things that I wanted or was worried about or that I needed dealing with. But over time, I've found that prayer has become far stiller and quieter. I still bring requests to God, of course. I still tell him things or ask for things, but more time is spent listening to God. Prayer is like a thread that runs through my life. It is the thing that often guides me. It helps me to try to understand what God wants me to do and what direction to take. Most of the time, prayer is my connection with God. Through prayer, God teaches me and changes me. Quite often, time in prayer is just sitting in God's presence. It sometimes doesn't involve any particular phrases or words. It's just enough to be there, sat with him, knowing that I'm always welcome and that he always wants to spend time with me. Life is quite busy, and prayer for me is an oasis within that. It's a time of stillness and often peace when I know that I'm in the presence of my loving Father. Quite often I will escape to somewhere outside to pray. For me, that's often going to the beach. Being near the sea, listening to the waves is a place that I feel particularly close to God. And whilst that's where I prefer to go, I know that it doesn't really matter where I do it, where I meet or pray with God. What is important is that I make time to do it, whether it's only for a couple of minutes because that's all I have time for, or longer if there is a bit more time. I find that time spent with God is never wasted. It refreshes me, challenges and inspires me to grow in my faith, in my understanding of God, and in the way in which I need to serve him. Prayer is an adventure, and opening the door to whatever God has in store. Being led by him, you never quite know where you're going to be taken. But that is what it's all about.